This is Bruce Bochy, and you're listening to the Ranger Report.
The Ranger Report. Yeah, the Ranger Report. If you want the inside scoop, listen to the Ranger Report. Oh, here we go.
This is the Ranger Report podcast. News, insights, predictions, interviews, and information about the World Series champion Texas Rangers, from the major leagues to the minor leagues. And now, here are your hosts, Ben Dieter, Tyler Nilson, and CJ Berryman.
Welcome to the Ranger Report podcast on the Fans First Sports Network. We are your source for the Texas Rangers majors and minors on the Fans First Sports Network, your only source, as a matter of fact. We're coming to you tonight on the Comfort Air online studio, brought to you by Walton's. Walton's, everything but the meat. I just got it's back there. I'd show you. I just got my new box I ordered from Walton's. I ran out of some of my favorite crap. It just came in. So that I am really glad to have that stuff back again because it improves everything I cook. And then, of course, Dallas Sports Nation, our credentialed media site that does a great job. Go to DallasSportsNation.com. Check out the articles that we write. And Kane McCutcheon, who comes on here, writes. And great site.
He had a good article today, too.
Yeah, he had a great one. I read it earlier. So, of course, that is CJ Berryman. Down there is Tyler Nielsen. We're all here this week.
Sporting the Herford White Faces, baby.
Yep. And Tyler's sporting that good old Ranger hat, and I'm supporting our Waltons tonight. So anyway, hey, and by the way, if you don't listen to another Rangers podcast, a daily one, there's a few of those out there, but there's one called Texas Rangers with the Boys. And two of the boys last night were Tyler and CJ. So guys, how was that? Was that fun?
Yeah, it was fun. We appreciate them very much for having us on. And it was an idea that Bull and I just passed yesterday about around noon. And then it came to fruition, and it was like, yeah, let's do a crossover. So they're going to come on with us next Thursday.
I was going to say, I knew we were going to have them on. So
they're going to come on with us next Thursday. So, I mean, that was fun, Tyler. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you guys for having us on once again. It was fun. Ben, too bad he couldn't have been on there, especially maybe last year with your beard. I would like to see you would have had Bull beat, and I'm going to call you out, Bull, on that. You would have had him beat.
Bull has no idea what kind of
good guys. It was a great time. An hour went by real fast, but they have good knowledge. So if y'all get a chance, listen to them too.
On the video, when you say that, I'll superimpose a picture of my face on there when I had the beard.
There you go.
Take it back off so you guys can remember the glory of the beard from 2020.
Hey, CJ bragged about it. I'm not going to lie.
I did.
I heard.
Bull, you have no idea, man.
Well, yeah, especially as long as he's been growing his.
Yeah, way longer. Dude, You could do that in 3 months.
Yeah, I think he said he started his in like 2007.
Yeah, I started mine in 2022 and then shaved it in 2023. So
golly. And yours came down to your waist, damn near.
It wasn't that long, but it was pretty dang long. Anyway.
CZ top style.
Yeah, this is the conversation everybody wants to hear on the Ranger Report podcast. Beard talk. Hashtag beard talk. All right, anyway.
There we go. Here we go. Tag it.
Hey, we'll have to put a poll out if people want me to grow the beard back or not.
They're going to say yes.
Yeah, I know, and then I'll ignore it. But anyway, welcome to the Ranger Report podcast. We are glad to come to you. I almost killed CJ. We're glad to come to you guys every Thursday with our Major League edition. We'll let CJ not die for a second. And we love doing this. We love that you listen to it. Numbers are steady, and which we appreciate. We're making money at this. I'll be going to Rangers and Arizona Diamondbacks to cover my first games of the year. It's always hard for me to do during school. So once school gets out, that's when I'm hitting the ballpark pretty hard and almost killing CJ. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about on tonight's show. Let's begin with the news on Josh Sporz today. It is the rotator cuff again, and I think this is going to be a much more lengthy injury than the first one. CJ, what do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm speaking purely for Sporz' health wise, to not rush this thing back, because we've already seen them try to do that, putting him on the short-term IL. This might be a 60-day stint. It might need to be a 60-day stint, Tyler.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there's something more serious going on with his arm than what they're saying right now. He's already been on the IL once, came back, hasn't looked the same since he's been back. I know he hasn't thrown a lot, but I definitely see a 60-day, something like this. I mean, it's unfortunate. We've battled injuries. It's when it rains, like I said last night, when it rains, it pours, and we're getting the full wrath of that right now. So I don't know. Any positive news right now that we can get's good, but there's another one. So that's what I have about that.
Well, let's talk about the Rangers injured list real quick. Okay, here we go. And this is the Rangers, by the way, lead the majors in people on the injured list. You have starters, Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, Tyler Mahle. By the way, Max Scherzer has been shut down. Tyler Mahle, Cody Bradford, Nathan Eovaldi, Dane Dunning, relievers Josh Sporz, Austin Pruitt, Brock Burke, and Carson Coleman, and position players Josh Young, Justin Foscue, and Wyatt Langford, all on the injured list. And where is this team sitting in the standings, Tyler?
First place.
That is correct. Guys, if I'd have told you, let's say February, okay, when May starts about halfway through the month, these are the guys we're going to be missing. What would you have thought was happening in the season?
I would have come through and virtually slapped the taste out of your mouth and said, "Don't jinx us."
Yeah, I would have said
what it is.
I would have said, whatever you're freaking smoking, or take me to, or let's go buy a lottery ticket, or let's go to Vegas and win some money. Because if you're right on that prediction, I guess you would hit it hard on the jackpot, But it's shocking, but it just shows you. I saw Travis Jankowski talking yesterday after the post game, and he was, they were asking him what makes his team go, with all the injuries and stuff like that. Well, how do y'all continue to keep on battling back? And he said, we're resilient. It was a key theme last year on their run. He said, this is a resilient team. There's a lot of character. We believe in each other. We love each other, and we're going to fight for each other to the very end. And that's what this team does.
But I would have guessed
Nate Robertson echoed kind of that same sentiment. They asked him the same question, and he said, we fight for every win. We fight in every game. It doesn't matter who's there, who's in the field, who's on the mound, who's behind the plate. It doesn't matter. We are going to fight for every single win. And that was cool to hear.
But the difference is I would have told you that the Rangers had the Astros record with all those entries out. I wouldn't have guessed that they would be in first place right now.
And 5 games above 500.
Yeah. Okay. And then also I wanted to say, looking at that, where the Astros are and everything, Mariners are playing good, but they got rocked today. This team is literally next man up mentality has been amazing. Has been really amazing. Watching them, like I said, if you want to take an example, look at Josh Smith, CJ.
Good Lord. We talked about it last night on the pod with the boys, and we all agreed that Ezekiel Duran was the most important player because he has the versatility. He can hit for power. He can run, all that good stuff. And we kind of, I don't want to say discredited Josh Smith, but it was just kind of like, maybe that one's not going to work. Shit, we were proven wrong. Holy moly, that dude's been so good. One of the best players in baseball. Yeah. One of the best hitters in baseball, if you look at what he's done. And he's top 5 in, I think, 4 different categories in hitting. And he actually leads all of Major League Baseball with most 10-plus pitch counts.
Yeah.
So he's up there fighting it off and battling and drawing walks. Tyler, we were wrong.
Oh yeah, I'd be the first to admit it. I saw potential in the guy. I was hoping he would finally click for the guy. But if the season was to end right now, I think all 3 of us on this set would agree that Josh Smith is the player of the year right now for the Rangers. If it wasn't for him, this team wouldn't be where they're at. So, I think it was just for him. Of course, the batting stance and all that, everything he went through, during the offseason to get himself better, but also for Josh Smith, the confidence. You can just see it when he walks onto when he comes up to the batter's box now, and especially when he takes the field last year, you didn't see him smiling, like when he would run out to take the field. Now he's smiling, joking with Corey Seager and stuff like that, and that's just a boast of his confidence of what's going on with his success.
Well, and it's what we expected to see from Josh Smith last year when he came in for Corey Seager and then lost the job to Ezekiel Duran. Josh Smith came in last year and didn't play up to the potential that we thought he had because he had that potential. And I think just that changing the batting stance and, like you said, the year under his belt and the confidence level has made him such a better player in 2024 than he was in 2023. And it's not that Duran is doing horrible, but Josh Smith is just simply outplaying Duran right now, CJ.
Well, and I think the change in the batting stance, because Josh Smith is not a huge guy. No. We all know that. But the change in the batting stance actually lowered his eye level. And I think that was the most important thing, is to lower his eye level to where he's seeing things lower in the zone instead of top down. And, I mean, it's paying dividends.
Yeah.
And we're watching it in front of our eyes. Sorry about it just a minute ago. But
no, that's okay.
My green screen and my heating pad for my back got all tangled up. So.
Yeah, I'll put something in place of you there, like a possum, while you're doing all that. It'll be
there.
Fine.
You go.
Anyway, Josh Smith, but there's another guy we got to talk about that I think maybe since Oakland is moving, the Rangers should play all their home games in Oakland for Marcus Semien. Because good gracious, what was he, 11 for 15 in that series?
He hit 500 during the series.
I texted you, remember? I texted you that he was one hit away from the cycle in the second inning.
Second inning
of that game when they've won 15-8. He was one hit away from the cycle in the second
and then
inning.
He just went out there and got another RBI single. So.
I mean, I don't think I've seen in all his time here, I don't think I've seen Marcus Semien on a stretch like he was in that 4-game Oakland series.
He is locked in, Ben. He is as locked in as I think we've seen him in the Rangers uniform.
Yeah.
And
it's not what he was in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just offensively.
No.
He's easily Gold Glover again at second base across the league. And, you look at the WAR statistics with him at second base, just defensive WAR, it's tops in the league by far.
Yeah.
Nobody's even close. And that's defensively, not even offensively. So, Tyler, man, this guy, I mean, he's my favorite Ranger right now. I know who yours is, but yeah, dude, that's the guy. I mean, he's the Michael Young of the 2010, or actually the 2000, I would say 2007 to 2012 Rangers. He's the Michael Young.
Yeah.
The workhorse, the grinder, the guy that goes out there with the same attitude every single day, the same work ethic, the same, just everything. And I'm glad. Hell, I didn't see that signing coming a couple of years ago, but I'm sure as hell appreciate it, Tyler.
Yeah, I think it was a shifting gears also. This break going back home for Marcus Semien, he's right down the block from that shithole of a stadium that they play in Oakland. And, he had a bunch of family and friends there. And I think it cleared his mind. He got back on the right track, and he started off slow, but I guarantee you none of us were worried about Marcus Semien, just like we weren't worried about Corey Seager. And we're still not worried about him. These guys are going to come around. It's a long-ass season. And they're showing that right now. Marcus Semien, he's going to one of the best hitting ballparks right now. I mean, since it's been built, Coors Field coming up. So hopefully he can continue that over there. And I think he will, and get Corey Seager going again. We're going to be just fine. But it was good to see Corey Seager get going.
It was. He had that big home run in the first game where they came back and won. And of course the 15-8 game, I was actually surprised that Semien let Bochy sit him in the 15-8 game, because Semien does not like to come out of a ball game. And he finally
I'm sure
him.
They had a little bit of an argument.
Oh, they did. They did.
It's like, hey, we're going to get you off your feet. No, you're not. I'm sure that's out. I mean,
yeah, you mentioned it. Another thing I want to mention before we move off of this series is on the pitching side is, did you see the David Robertson perfect inning that wasn't because of the umpire? The immaculate inning?
Laz Diaz was horrible yesterday.
1, 2, 3, strikeout. 1, 2, 3, strikeout. 1, 2, 3, strikeout, except the umpire called it a ball.
Yeah, well.
But you know what?
I think I think we've shit on the umpires.
Where would this team? Well, yeah, I'm just saying though. Where would this team be without David Robertson and Kirby Yates? I mean, where would this team be? Are they not the greatest offseason signing that you didn't think would have an impact the way it does? I mean, I knew they were going to be good. I didn't see them being the complete shutdown 8th and 9th inning guys that are unhittable.
Tyler, I'm going to let you take this one first before I drop the mic on it. Go for it.
So the thing, you're exactly right, Ben. You look at these two guys, you look at what our record is right now. We're 5 games above 500. And you look at, we were talking about Josh Hader throughout the offseason.
I knew
you knew I was going to do it, right? What would our record be right now if it wasn't for Robertson and if it wasn't for Yates? If you really think about it, you look how many close games we've had coming down the stretch, and these guys have came in and been clutch. They shut it down. I mean, night in and night out, they just come in and do their job. But, we had Nadell on there, and we brought up the conversation during the offseason about having, getting Hader and stuff. And he said, man, you could pay the price of getting 3, 2, 3, 4 guys in this rotation in, the bullpen help and all that. And that's what they've done. So, CJ, what do you think?
Well, so Josh Hader is going to make $95 million over the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm trying to look up what he's making this year alone.
Well, while you're looking that up, let me drop some.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. Never mind.
$19 million this year.
Good for him.
Okay. So the Rangers spent 19.5 million this year divided between Kirby Yates and David Robertson. And how is that working out for Houston, and how is that working out for us?
Well, here, I was going to say, I got some numbers for you. Here's David Robertson and Kirby Yates. You retweeted this earlier today, CJ. That's where I got this from. 35.2 innings, they have a .50 ERA. They have 43 strikeouts and 12 walks. They have a 112 batting average against and a .67 whip. I'm not even going to go through Hader's numbers because
there's no need.
It doesn't matter. With that, nobody could be that good. I mean, and obviously they're not going to do that for the whole season, but good gracious, that's 6 weeks of a season, man. That's 35 and 2/3 innings.
It's a pretty damn good sample size.
It's a pretty good sample size.
I guess the old saying goes, it just showed you right there, money can't buy you championships.
Mm-mm.
And you look at guys like, and I'm not saying, yes, we did sign Corey Seager and we had our spinning spree, with Simeon and all that when all that stuff went on. But I'll take Yates and Robertson over Hader. Take 2 quality guys over Josh Hader.
I think that's and I've gone back to this several times.
And we got also Lorenzen as well.
Yeah, as well. He's another one. Yeah.
Less than what the overall got. I mean, it's not even close.
I mean,
and Urania, we got Urania.
Yeah, Urania as well. And dude, what about his gutsy start, man, where he was come out after the second inning and he went 3. CJ, yeah, let's talk about that. He went 5 innings when they were going to pull him after 2, and he's like, no, I got this. And he went out there and shut them down for 3 more innings.
He was around the 45 to 50 max pitch mark coming out of the bullpen, and he went out there and threw 90 and gutted through 5 innings. And that's a guy. I mean, we talked about him a little bit, and it's a guy I thought maybe this guy. We brought him up, in spring training. This is a guy that might have that long relief role. And sure enough, he made the roster. He pitched great in spring training, obviously, and he's pitched pretty damn good out of the bullpen. But now we're going to have to transition over to kind of danger zone territory because Urania is going to have to be a starter at least 1 more start, maybe even 2. And then we got to figure out who's going to be the 5th. Tyler.
Yeah, I got to get this off my chest or I got to let CJ, should I say, get it off his chest while we're at it. You talk about a guy like Urania. Okay. He comes in and he gives you 90 pitches. He threw, 30 to 50 pitches coming out of the pen and everybody thought he was done. You have a guy like that on your team that fights and pitches, and you have that article, that CJ freaking video that he was sending me the other day, and I want CJ just to touch on it real quick.
George
Kirby. But it just shows you the character of this team, and then you have players like that for other teams.
That pissed me straight the hell off.
Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have been out there for that inning, yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed the video got taken down.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But no, it's here. So,
but when you put it on the internet, it's there forever. Somebody has it.
George Kirby. If y'all missed this, if you're listening and this is the first time you're hearing this, he pitched really well. Was at 90 pitches and came out in the latter half of the game, and ended up getting, giving up pretty much the game winning game-winning home run, and then proceeds to publicly say after the game, I don't think I should have gone out there for the 7th.
Yeah.
I was at 90 pitches, and so I appreciate the reporter that asked the question, did y'all have that conversation in the dugout? And he goes, yeah, we had some conversations. If you're, dude, okay, I get it. It's a long season. 90 pitches is a lot, sure. But if you cannot go out, here's my damn thing. Tyler, if I had told you that in high school playing baseball, that having 90 pitches, I don't think I should go back out there. What the hell would you think you would do?
I'd put a freaking leash around your neck and freaking drag your ass back on the mound and saying your ass is going to pitch.
Exactly.
And first off, I know you wouldn't do that. The competitor inside you. And I mean, you know what, the way I look at it, him and Rendon can freaking make a major league team and freaking play with each other, for all I give a shit.
I'm telling you right now, CJ,
those players' mentalities like that just piss me off.
If I was your coach, I would have cussed you up one side and down the other and told you to get your rear end back out there on the mound.
And
I would have told his ass to go to the locker room and freaking pack up his
either that or I would have told you were on JV for the next game, one or the other.
Exactly.
But again, like Tyler said, I wouldn't do that because you have to have a competitive spirit, period. And if you have to go on the mound, it doesn't matter where you are on the field, really, but especially on the pitching mound, you have to go out there knowing the ball is in my hands and it's in the best hand that it can possibly be in. But for him to come out there and go, I don't think I should. What do you think his teammates think?
Yeah. Here,
I mean,
I got something for you, and this will switch it to the other side before we take our break. I want to switch it to, and this is high school, and this is girls softball. Okay, let's compare this to a girl at the school I teach at. In warmups, they were taking fielding practice, and she got one wrong. She broke her thumb. She didn't tell her coach. She played the whole game at third base with a broken thumb and hit the game-winning home run, and then broke down in tears after she hit the game-winning home run because of her broken thumb.
You know what the Mariners need to do with George Kirby? Just not DFA him, but put him on the IL for Positis and have him go to Tyler, Texas, and follow that girl and learn how to grow some nuts and play the damn game.
Exactly.
What a I can go on.
And by the way, that game also won my school district, so kudos to her. I mean, like when I saw her in the hallway, I didn't give her a high five because I want to hurt her thumb, but I said congratulations.
What a class act, to do that for not yourself. I mean, I'm sure she was doing it for her teammates.
It wasn't for herself. It wasn't.
She's doing it for her teammates. To come out there with a broken thumb, and that's hard to do. I mean, it's baseball. I mean, I couldn't imagine with a broken thumb.
Game with a hangnail right here on my middle finger.
Those hurt too,
and it was blistered and it was pussing up. And I didn't tell the coaches.
No.
I went out there, and of course, after about an inning of me sucking and not having any velo or whatever.
CJ, you know about me having a broken thumb, what I do.
Yeah, you catch touchdowns thrown by me.
All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll look ahead to the Rocky series, and then we'll do our middle name lineups that we came up with earlier today. Of course, I did it, way earlier today, right, CJ? Just
of course.
You told me to.
I had to remind Ben.
I did it way earlier, like as we were on the air here trying to get ready to start the podcast.
Tyler and I had ours done last night. So
I'm the boss. I can do last minute. Okay?
That's true. All right. Yes, sir.
Got a point there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's got a point, CJ.
You are listening to the Ranger Report podcast. We will be right back after this short break. Hey, welcome back to the Ranger Report podcast on the Comfort Air Online Studios. Thank you, Mac. All right. One thing I want to talk about that we were just talking about on our break is the other night when the Rangers won the game 12-11. They had a 12-7 lead when Owen White came into the game and crapped the bed basically while he was out there.
He shit his pants.
Yeah. And one thing that we were saying that I haven't seen very often is, and CJ, why don't you describe when Bochy came out of that dugout? What did he look like and what did he say?
had his head down, and the instant he came out of the dugout, you could see him just cussing and seething. He was pissed off because Owen White, you're up 5, and you go out there and try to pitch like it's a high level. I'm not gonna
throw strikes.
Talk about the shitty performance that Owen White put out there, but it pissed off Wash because now you got to bring in Kirby Yates. You got to get your closer up because nobody can close this game out. And I mean, me and Tyler and Ben, we're sitting there texting each other like, please God, in this game, somebody in this freaking game. And I texted Tyler and I was like, dude, Bochy is pissed.
Well, and I can't guarantee anything, but I can tell you right now that if anyone but Yates comes in that game, the Rangers lose.
Yeah.
They lose that game. Yates is the only reason. I mean, if you bring in anyone else, Tyler, we lose that game.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's the thing about it, like CJ said, you got a 5-run lead coming into that. Come in and just I'm not saying he's not going to come in and pitch perfect by any means, but come on, man, get some outs. Throw strikes.
Oh, no, someone hits a home run and it's 12-8.
I know. And then
let that shit go.
I can only imagine. I mean, like we said, we were looking at him. Since he's been a manager in the league, even with the Giants and all that, I've never seen Bochy that upset about something.
I've never seen him that mad.
And when it spilled over, when he was walking out, I was like, yeah, he's pretty freaking pissed. And
he was real mad. Yeah.
Owen White, like we said, I don't think he's an MLB pitcher. I don't think he's going to last in the big leagues, but.
We hope we're wrong. I'll go ahead and say that. We hope we are.
Oh, we totally.
Wrong.
We want to be incredibly wrong.
Right now, he's in his own head.
But like you said, CJ, he came out there like trying to freaking show up like he's an all-star. I don't know what he was trying to do, to be honest. I mean,
he's trying to be too damn cute and trying to pitch like it was a high leverage situation.
Yeah, and exactly. There you go.
Go out there, throw strikes, get the hell up. 3 outs.
Like I said, even if you give up 2 solo home runs, you're still up by 3 runs.
Exactly.
And get the other guys out, then you win the game, 12-9 instead of 12-7, and it's over. But instead, you load the bases with nobody out, and you put your team in a massive bind. Yep, that is exactly.
And the biggest key about that, Ben, like CJ said again, you hit the nail on the head, CJ, with that, because the last thing Bochy wanted to do in that situation was go to the bullpen. He did not want to get Yates into that game.
That game 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
that's why White was out there, as he wanted to save everybody else. Yeah,
yeah, that gives him 2 full days rest with an off day today, and then all of a sudden he has to freaking go in there, and he has
to bring his closer in a bases loaded, no out situation.
Exactly.
It was a shame. All right, let's look ahead now.
Hey, we won though.
We did win 12-11. It was not fun, but we won. It was not fun, but we won. That game turned very unfun. My wife looked at my face and was like, uh-oh. And then she looked at the TV and was like, uh-oh, because she could just see it. Like, I was happy 10 minutes before, and then I was sitting there like.
Yeah, I kept on telling Jamie I was going to call her back after the game, and she kept on texting me. Well, thanks for she texted me. She goes, thanks for calling back after the game. I said, we're still in the damn 7th inning.
It's still going.
I was like, she was like, and it's still not over. I was like, now they're in the bottom of the 8th. And then the 9th inning took forever. And I was like, gosh.
And me and Tyler were sitting there trying to figure out, when we're going to get on with the boys. And it was actually scheduled to be after the Rangers game. And I mean, that 7th inning happened.
Yeah. And it went on forever.
It was like an hour.
Yeah.
And so me and Tyler are just like, come on, man.
You imagine how long that game would have lasted, boys, without the freaking pitch clock?
Oh, gosh, man. Dude, that doubleheader would have been 15 hours.
We would have been up past midnight.
We'd still be watching it. You're right.
We probably would.
Good.
All right, let's look ahead. The Rangers have the Colorado Rockies next, who are 9-28. So let's just say they're not having a good year so far. And former Colorado Rocky John Gray goes up against Gomber for the first game of the series. So Gray, 2.50 ERA and some bad luck. He's 1-1, but he struck out 42 so far this season. I mean, Gray is that guy. Gray has been actually the rock this year, I would say, even though his results on win-ins and losses haven't showed it. Wouldn't you say that he has been pretty consistent all year?
Oh, I mean, after the first 2 starts.
Yeah, he had
a bad first 2 starts, but my God, he's got a 2.50 ERA, and wins and losses right now, they're subjective.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's been lights out. Had surprise relief appearance.
Yeah.
Where he came in and just smoked ass.
And he has been incredible since then.
That's where it started. That's where it started with him, was going back after that bullpen.
Tyler. I think so, Tyler. 116 whip.
Yeah.
42 strikeouts, 39 and 2/3 innings. Yeah, he's what an underrated signing that was.
Another one, yep.
Ago.
Absolutely. And the thing about John Gray, he's also, sorry, CJ, but to go on the point about John Gray, how well he's pitching, he's also going to an environment where he's very comfortable pitching in. Yep. He's a former Rocky, and he knows that place inside and out. Yep. So I got to watch him in person in the Rocky uniform, and he had a hell of a game. I think he went 7 innings that day and gave up an earned run. It's a hitter's ballpark, as all of us know. I mean, that's what Coors Field is basically known for. But sorry, CJ, I interrupted you. I'll let you go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. No. That's where he came from. That's where the Rangers signed him from. And when it first happened, I'm like, that's a lot of money to give somebody that just came out of Colorado. But at the same time, I thought about it and I was like, it's fucking Colorado. So it's kind of hard to base the way and actually it's a very positive indictment on how he got that contract from the Rangers, came out of free agency when he came up and pitched with the Rockies. And that says a whole lot when you have a guy like that come through that system and in that ballpark and garner those dollars. We're seeing now, I mean, we've seen it actually for 2 years previous to this, that this dude's he's a legit badass.
All right, let's talk about Saturday, where we have a guy who's either a complete and total badass or falls apart, and that's Andrew Heaney. Andrew Heaney, his last 2 starts, again, has been incredible. He's facing a very bad lineup, and he's against a guy who has an ERA over a point higher than his. So if Heaney can keep 3 runs or less on the board, which he's done, he only gave up 1 run the last time. I think CJ, you're looking at this could be a massive win for the Rangers. This could be another one of those 12-3 games.
Well, one thing that
except for when the bullpen comes in, so it'll be 12-8. But
that's a damn truth.
And we don't even know who's going to be in the bullpen
or in the starting rotation after that.
Yeah, but no, I like the matchup because Heaney against a shitty lineup. Let's go ahead and say it, shitty lineup. The way he throws and the way he comes down, it's going to actually benefit him there in that thin air in Colorado. So I'd expect him to keep working low in the zone, and I like that he brought back the curveball.
Yeah, me too.
And he's using it in counts that are irregular.
Yeah,
he's using it to open up counts, and he's using it like down 2-1, 3-1. 2-0, he'll just pop the curveball in there. Nobody's expecting it, and it's working for him because I know last year he shit canned the curveball. It was just 3 pitches: fastball, slider, change. Yeah. But that's allowed him to kind of keep guys off balance, and I think that's a good matchup. I mean, what do you think, Tyler?
I'm going to let Ben. I'm going to let Ben go ahead real quick, and then I'll jump in.
I'm going to say real quick what we all need to remember and forget sometimes. We don't forget, we just don't talk about it. We could talk about it every week. What a difference having Mike Maddox as your pitching coach makes for your pitching staff. I mean,
absolutely.
Am I wrong? Are these guys not better than they've been anywhere else when they get under Mike Maddox's tutelage? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's like he puts a magic spell on these guys. I don't know. It's just incredible what the guy does. Going back to
it's the magic shoulder.
I'm telling you, I talked to him in Arizona, and he is the most laid back, most relaxed person you'll ever meet. And he, like, you see him on the mound when he's just having a conversation. That's what he's like 24/7. I mean, seriously, he is that laid back.
Yeah, going back to Heaney, he's the type of guy to me. He's the one that worries me the most out of the rotation, to be honest. Me personally, I don't know what I'm going to get out of Andrew Heaney from day in and day out when he takes the mound. Yes, he's pitched a lot better recently, as we know. But once Heaney starts getting that fastball elevated, It is not, and that's his problem. He gets that fastball, and I like what CJ said, keeping that ball, in the lower strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a lot easier. It's easier said than done. But if he can keep that ball low in the strike zone, I feel comfortable. But you could tell right away from the very first pitch that Heaney throws coming into that game if he's going to have a good day or a bad day, because if that ball's already rising, he's going to have a shit-ass day. And if he goes into that ballpark and that ball's rising, he's going to give up a lot of home runs and a lot of runs.
Excellent point, Tyler.
I was at Heaney's first start as a Ranger. I covered it. He gave up 7 runs in the first.
He got lit up in that one.
And I'll tell
it's that fastball. When he elevates that fastball, and that's his key with Andrew Heaney. If you watch every game, night in and night out, when he takes that mound, if that fastball's rising, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, who's the pitching expert on this podcast? I think it might be Tyler now. he's nailing it right.
That's only because Tyler's BFFs with Cole Reagans. That's why he's.
Hey, come on now. I thought I was a stalker or something, guys.
You are.
Yeah, you are. That's why you're so good at knowing about pitching.
And he knows it too.
No, honestly, Ben, and also, all jokes aside, I get a lot of the credit where credit's due to CJ, and I'm not trying
CJ
to make you feel good, CJ, but CJ's taught me a lot about pitching. I actually do listen, believe it or not, and CJ knows his shit, and it's nice to know from a pitcher's vantage point of actually, and because now when me and CJ watch games, before I just watch it, and of course I would know certain pitches, but not like me and CJ can sit down and he'll dissect it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, now, and it helps. So CJ, I'll give you credit on that one.
Well, I'm the one guy on this show that never actually played baseball. Organized baseball. So, I played church softball, but I never played.
Hey, but your shit.
Well, I've watched 10,000 pitches over the last 20 years. So I can
more than that.
I know. I was just being nice. I can tell a slider and a million and a curveball.
But Ben, you know what's funny about that? You know how many people I know that have watched probably 10,000 pitches or whatever you just threw out the stat and still don't know shit about baseball?
Yeah, but I spent about 3 years in there tracking and learning what they all looked like, because I wanted to sound intelligent when I started a podcast. Before I started doing a podcast, I spent a few years trying to learn everything I could about the game, so I didn't sound like an idiot when I got on the air. And like when I went on our local sports talk show here a couple of times a few years ago, and we had at the time, I don't even remember his name anymore, but he was the Rangers batting coach, and I spent like 3 hours before that making sure I didn't ask him a stupid question. Because you guys all know I've asked Mickey Spagnuolo a stupid question, but I didn't want to ask.
Well, I think we brought that up last night, didn't we, CJ?
Yeah, I didn't want to ask a dumb question to the Rangers pitching coach at the time. So anyway, all right, Sunday, they have no one listed. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be Urena?
He's going to be on 4 days rest, so I expect Urena.
That's what I would.
Yeah, expect. I agree. I think it's going to be one of those things kind of, if he can go 4 or 5 innings once again, I don't know. Now this is tough with me because her bullpen is depleted. I mean, you don't really have that option to have your pitcher come in or give you good 4 or 5 innings and then go back to your bullpen. It depends on how Kirby Yates and Robertson are feeling. It reverts back to what we were talking about with Cole Winn or Owen White, excuse me. If that shit didn't happen, you would have 2 days of rest. Now you don't know if these guys will be ready. I mean, they should be ready by Sunday, but who's to say what they're going to pitch on Friday and Saturday?
Well, and I believe, and this is just me, my personal opinion, they haven't announced who they're going to call up because of the Sporz IL, but I think it's going to be Grant Anderson, and he can go more.
That's what I'm hearing, CJ.
And because it's also in Colorado, and Grant Anderson throws sidearm, he's got that kind of sidearm release, and it dives down low in the zone. That's going to be, I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. I don't see anybody else that I would like to call.
Well, CJ, you also mentioned another name off the air to me. I think yesterday you also mentioned Samson possibly.
That's a starter.
Yeah, that's a starter. But I mean, if you need him for Sunday, I mean, that's a viable option. I mean,
a fill-in,
a fill-in kind of thing, right?
But don't expect like astronaut.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But to eat some innings, I mean, let
me throw a name out there. Mark Church.
He's not healthy.
Oh, that's right. Shoot.
Yeah.
He's on the 60-day injury list.
The other Anderson I was thinking of, who's pitching tonight, Ben Anderson.
Yeah, Ben Anderson, yeah.
He's had a hell of a start to his AAA in Round Rock start. He's doing a damn good job. And actually, let me just check.
We're actually going to see a lot of moves that are about to happen. I mean, we saw quite a bit happen yesterday, but we're about to see a crap ton happen tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
I wish Church was healthy because I'd love to see him at the major league level.
He would be up right now if he was.
Yeah, I think so. I forgot he got moved to the 60-day. That's on me. I thought he was still on the 15-day, and I thought he was almost up. Yeah, I forgot he got moved. So yeah, he's got moved. All right, after Colorado.
Hey, speaking of, let's go. What do y'all think about predictions in that Colorado series, real quick? Where would you feel good at, and what do you think?
I think it'll be a sweep, but I'd feel good if they went 2-1.
Just take the series.
Yeah, take the series.
That's it. Just take the series.
I think if they play like they can, it'll be a sweep, even with not knowing who's going to pitch Sunday. Because if the offense can continue what they're doing against Oakland, and Oakland has better pitching than Colorado does.
Yeah, that's
way better.
And if
this is a series that scares me.
If Marcus Semien can, bat 500 against Oakland, he should be able to do the same thing against Colorado. Now, players go up and down. That's obviously not going to happen for very long for him. But I think Seager is coming back around. He's looking a little bit better at the plate. Evan Carter is looking pretty good at the plate. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So update. I was mistaken. Anderson did not start tonight. Adrian Sampson did start tonight.
Oh, Sampson started tonight. Okay.
So he actually only went 3 innings. And no, that's where he's at right now. I'm sorry. 3 innings, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 K, 4.67 ERA. He has thrown 42 pitches and 25 for strikes. I mean, that's Tyler was right. I mean, that's a guy that you can rely on to come up, and we got to have somebody go out there and start a game. And Adrian Sampson could be that guy. But Ben Anderson is a guy I would love to see, but I don't know if they're ready to punch him up yet.
Well, because when the Rangers come back home after that series, they have the Cleveland Guardians, who are one of the best teams in baseball right now. So they really need to sweep that Colorado series, get about 8 games above 500, because they can take 2 out of 3 from Cleveland. Like I said, they normally play up to the level they're playing against. Cleveland has a great chance of coming into town and really spoiling some stuff for the Rangers, because our pitching is down and they can hit the freaking ball, man.
They can hit and they can pitch too.
They can pitch real good.
But
I can pitch real good.
Real good.
Real good.
I realized how dumb that sounded when I said it. They can pitch real good.
Real good, boy.
Sounds like an East Texas thing.
I think that's going on in the beginning. They can pitch
I give Jamie shit all the time with her East Texas accent. And it's just one of those things. It's just like how we talk in the Panhandle. Me and CJ, I'm sure we've said some stupid ass shit, right, CJ?
Wait, I gotta perfect it. I gotta perfect
how
it. You
many
ready?
times, Tyler?
I gotta perfect it. They can pitch
how many times?
I gotta perfect it. They can pitch real good. All right, there you go. Now I got it.
There you go.
That's better.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, the Rangers. I mean, obviously,
Round Rock is now up. By the way, just gotta do a quick update. I know this is a major league podcast, but Round Rock has scored 8 runs in the 3rd inning.
They're just
sounds like the Texas Rangers offense.
They're leading Las Vegas 10-1 in the 3rd, and I'll get you some stats here in just a minute.
It's a decent start.
Roll on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, while the Guardians could come in and win 3, I mean, anything can happen. The Rangers could also sweep Cleveland. I don't see that happening, but it could. So basically, I think the Rangers really need to take advantage of the teams that are down. You say you don't like to kick them when they're down unless they're the Astros, but I think that it's okay to
shit. No, it's competition. Kill them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're all professional teams. Colorado could come out and score 18 runs in a game and surprise.
See, that's what I'm thinking right now. That's where I'm scared. I could see us easily coming into Colorado, having won 4 series in a row and coming in there and laying a fucking goose egg on that.
Yep.
Excuse me, but seriously.
No, but I'm saying, I agree. That's come back, and the Rangers need to take care of business against Colorado.
Yeah, they need to take care of business, but I could also see them going back home and sweeping the Guardians. You know how baseball works. It's a weird sport, but the way we're playing right now, I definitely don't see us getting swept by either one of them, though.
No, I agree.
We talked about him earlier. Ron Washington has one of the best quotes ever. That's the way baseball go.
That's right. And on our next podcast, next Thursday, we will be previewing the Rangers Los Angeles Angels series with said Ron Washington coming back to Arlington. Man, I wish I could go to that series just so I could talk to Wash, but that is finals week at my school. I don't think they really want me skipping school to go to Rangers.
I think the Rangers should get Ron Washington a ring just because it's Ron Washington.
Dude,
he deserves it, man. He brought a whole new mentality to that team, and
I guarantee you, when he arrives back in Texas, he'll get a standing ovation.
He better.
He's a guy like you look at Beasley. Tony Beasley, Ranger fans. Look what he's just loved by the fans, and Ron Washington's the exact same way.
If any fan boos Wash, they should be immediately escorted out of the stadium.
They need to immediately get punched in the face.
That too, and then escorted out of the stadium. And then the person that punched them in the face should get a free beer.
A free beer and free dog.
Yeah.
All right. So Derek Hill, guys, this is a guy that we've talked about a little bit on the minor league podcast.
Yep, we have.
He's 3 for 3 right now. 2 runs scored. He has a double, a single, and a triple.
So he's a home run away from the cycle.
Yes, and that's a guy that's not.
And it's only in the third inning. It sounds like Marcus Semien.
Third. So he's not a guy on the 40-man.
Yeah.
So if he were to come up, there's so many moves that have to happen. Sam Huff.
DFA on White.
Easy there. Easy there. Dustin Harris, favorite of ours, has 2 doubles. Andrew Knapp has a home run, and they're just raking.
Yeah.
Poor Las Vegas. Anyway, let's go.
All right. Well, I think that will wrap it up for tonight, except for one more thing. We have our middle name lineups that we're going to do tonight. So since I'm the host, I get to pick who starts. And since Tyler has the letter P, we're going to start with Tyler.
CJ, you're a bastard starting this game. P is the hardest letter in the alphabet. I don't care. Tyler, well, maybe X or maybe Z. But
and next week we're going to do our last names. So
I actually found some, believe it or not. I actually got maybe a decent list, but we'll see. Good. Okay. So I kind of cheated on this one, but we're going to go with it. We're going to roll with our catcher, Pudge Rodriguez.
Oh,
that's what he's known as Pudge.
Yeah, I'm 100% for that.
Nope. I allow it.
Yep.
His first name is Yvonne, but it is Pudge.
Cool. I thought CJ would be the one giving me shit the most about. No, that's not how this game works or something.
He went by Pudge. Yep.
Okay. So right there, I'm done. My list is done. So I'm happy.
I would be okay with him on every position.
Okay. My first baseman is Paul Goldschmidt.
Good one.
Okay. My second baseman, I went with Placido Polanco. That's the only guy I could think of. And I didn't even look that up. But Placido Polanco, my shortstop, I had to look this one up. I've heard the name, but Pee Wee Reese. Yeah, he's my shortstop. My third baseman is Phil Nevin.
That's good.
Again, this is first.
Yeah, first name comes in your head. Yeah,
player that pops into your head.
Except
my left fielder is Pete Rose.
Yeah, definitely.
My center fielder is Puckett Kirby.
No, wait, I'm sorry.
What the hell?
Puckett Kirby's my center fielder.
I'm gonna have to ban Pete Rose from your list for gambling. You have to come up with somebody else.
Oh, damn it! Oh, that's all you're getting on my damn list.
Puckett Kirby, that's great.
Puckett Kirby, are you kidding me, Tyler?
Okay, well then, you know what? I knew you were going to say something about Puckett Kirby, so I went with my second one because I could not find a damn center fielder, and this is honest truth, so I went with Pablo Escobar, so I had a drug dealer on my baseball team. That is the only center fielder I could find that started with a P, so we're going with Pablo Escobar. If y'all can think of a center fielder whose name started with a damn P, throw it out there. I'm sorry.
All right.
keep rolling.
Okay, my right fielder.
I've almost died tonight. God,
my right fielder is Paul O'Neill, former Yankee.
Good one.
My DH is Paul Molitor.
Yeah.
And to close it out is my pitcher. Ben said it would be Pedro Martinez, and I said, believe it or not, it's not Pedro Martinez. I'm going to go with the greatest goat to ever step on the mound. Are y'all ready for this, boys?
Yep.
We're going to go with the Herford, Texas boy, Parker Bridwell.
I did not think about Parker. That is a great choice.
Shout out to you, Parker. Love you, man.
Hey, first that in your head.
Hey, Hats off to that one. I respect.
Hey, I got the team one right now. I've got Pablo Escobar, so
yeah, man.
I got the cartels and everything, guys.
You got everything we need right there on the field.
Jeez. All right, who's up next? Me or you, Ben?
I'll let you go next. I'll close it out.
All right. So middle name, obviously, Joseph. So, and this is crazy. Catcher, Jonah Heim.
Yeah.
However,
Perfect.
the second name that popped into my head obviously was Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
But this is the first name that pops in your head. So Jonah Heim, first base, John Olerud.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Second base, Julio Franco.
That's a good one. What you didn't think of Jose Altuve?
That's who I told him. I said he should have gone with Altuve.
Nope. Julio Franco. Third base, Jim Thome.
Good one.
Yeah.
Could have been your DH too.
Well, no, my DH is better. Well,
No, but I'm saying if you didn't have another one, he could have been a DH.
he could have been first base, third base, or DH, but
Correct.
I went another way with DH.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shortstop. This one was actually pretty damn tough. And the first name that came to me was when I was a kid and on TBS. Tyler, remember the Braves were always on.
Yeah.
That's a Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, Steve Avery years. Their shortstop was Jeff Blauser.
That's a good one, though.
I remember Jeff.
Left field, Tyler's favorite player,
Juan Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez.
Gonzo.
Yes, sir.
Center field, Josh Hamilton.
Yep. Man, you got a good Rangers outfit.
You got a damn good Ranger team.
Right field, Jay Buhner.
Mm-hmm.
Bones. That's a good one. Hey, that's a good team, man.
DH, Jose Canseco.
Oh, nice. Was he ever a DH?
Yes, when he went to Boston. Yep.
Was it
that's
D?
right,
Okay, are you going with Jose Canseco when he was on the before the steroids or after?
This is after.
Okay.
When the Rangers traded him to Boston for Otis Nixon.
Yeah.
They put him in DH. So he counts.
All right.
And if you want to fight about it, we'll fight about it.
Hey, we had some corrections on the last one on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that.
That's fine. I mean,
it was fine.
That's what this is for. But these are the first names that pop up. Not trying to fill out an ultimate lineup. No.
All right, who's your pitcher?
Y'all ain't going to like this one. Justin Verlander.
He's good.
You can't go wrong with it, though, man. He's a Hall of Famer.
And he would pop in my head under Jay, for sure.
You should have gone with Jacob deGrom since you were filling up all Rangers.
Well, but he's not. That's the first name. No.
Yeah, first name that popped in the head was Justin.
Yeah,
Quit trying to confuse me, Tyler.
Quit trying to confuse me. You shut your mouth.
Shut up. All right. I tried to go different than CJ because my middle name is Christopher, which is, Christopher Joseph's first name over there. So CJ Berriman. So I went a little different. I mean, I still did the first that popped in my head on most places, but I changed a few later because I'm in charge and I can cheat. So anyway, first base, the first name that came in my head was Chris Davis.
Okay.
Ranger, Baltimore Oriole.
Master.
Yep. Oh yeah, that dude, he should have been a pitcher, man, because he was a strikeout genius. All right, second base. Second base was Craig Biggio.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I happened to have his rookie card signed by him. I met him at a card signing event. It was awesome.
Great dude.
I remember you talking about that.
I was like 12 years old. He was a great dude, man. Third base, I couldn't help. First name that popped in my head was Chipper Jones.
That's a given. Yeah.
That was on my C list. Yeah.
Yep. And I think also shortstop was on your list, Cal Ripken Jr.
Yep.
Because you can't do a C shortstop without immediately thinking of Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
All right. Right field. I had former Ranger Carl Everett.
I like that pick. I think that's good.
Hey, that's the first one that popped in your head. He played all over the outfield and DH. So
hey, but you think Carl Everett back in his prime, when he played for the Red Sox and the Rangers, he was good.
Yeah, he was real good. Yeah,
very good.
Center field is a guy that was very good for a long time, Curtis Granderson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Left field, I went with Carl Crawford.
Carl Crawford was
Your outfield is fast as shit,
Yeah.
though.
Yes, it is. It is.
you got
You
the
got a
Rangers
fast outfield.
current outfield in your outfield lineup here.
Yep. Very, very quick. So for DH, I went with Chili Davis.
You agreed with me on that one. That
Yep.
was-
Again, there's some that you just have to go with, you know. And then for pitcher, I got to admit, this wasn't the first name that popped in my head, but when Tyler gave me the idea, I had to go with it. So I'll give the one that I picked and then the one I thought of first. So the one I picked was Cole Reagans because, I mean, come on. I know the dude personally.
Shout out to Cole.
He's a friend of the show and his first name starts with C. How can I not go with Cole Reagans? But the first name that popped in my head was Cliff Lee. So,
Either
but
way.
Yeah.
sorry, Cliff.
Or
Lee's
you could have gone.
Hey, you could
yeah,
have
I mean,
gone
like,
Cole Hamels.
Yep, as well.
That's who everybody's comparing.
Cliff Lee, Cole Reagans were the first two that came in my head. But when Tyler said Cole Reagans, I was like, you know what? He's our boy. I'm going to have to go Cole Reagans for my pitcher on C. So sorry, Cliff, you lose out to Cole Reagans, who might be the Cy Young winner this year. So,
Attaboy. Ben taking one for the team and making a statement.
hey, it's for you, Cole. All right. Anyway, this is the Ranger Report podcast.
I got to throw out a fun fact from our sponsor, Comfort
that's
Air,
right,
from
that's
my
right.
brother, real quick.
Yes, Comfort Air wanted Tyler to give us a fun fact. So
Tyler told us about this before air. He wouldn't tell us. So
yeah,
now
we don't know what it is. So we'll hear from Tyler.
He called me the other day. He was like, hey, you know how CJ started that thing where y'all throw out like stats and all that at the end of the show? He was like, hey, put this on there if you don't mind. And I said, I'll do it for you, man. So the first All-Star game was July 6, 1933. Did y'all know that?
Nope.
And it was in an American League. It was at American League ballpark. If y'all can guess the name of the stadium, I will buy CJ a beer and I'll buy you a juice or a Gatorade or whatever you want, Ben.
How many guesses do we get? Do I get 3?
You get 2.
We get 2?
Yeah, and it's an American League team. It's an American League team.
Evansville.
Nope.
Yankee Stadium.
You got to think about, nope, not Yankee Stadium. So y'all each got one. Think back in the 30s, like what stadiums were built.
Evansville was one.
Yep.
Well, this stadium, I think, was built after the 30s, maybe. I'll put it this way. I'll give you a clue. I've been to this stadium, if that helps y'all.
AL or NL?
AL. Is that American League? American League Stadium, 1930s.
Damn you, Mac.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's a real good one. Oh, well, it's probably not it. It's too easy. Fenway Park.
It's not Fenway.
Okay.
No,
It's where I watched. I'll give you one more clue. It's where I watched Parker Bridwell pitch, my cousin.
Comiskey?
Yep, very good.
Kaminsky. Good one.
Comiskey. And it was the reason the All-Star
Mac, you owe me.
Yeah, so it was part of the 1933, World Fair is where it began. And it was a guy by the name of Arch Ward, who was a sports editor, worked for the Chicago Tribune. And the All-Star game, a funny fact about this, it was supposed to be a one-time event, is what Mac was telling me. And from that, it was supposed to be a one-time event, but it turned into be what it is now. You know, we watch it, you got the home run derby and all that stuff. So cool stuff that Mac said.
Yep.
You know, giving me that information because it's stuff I didn't win. There's one thing he didn't give me that I did look up that I want to throw out there to add on that side note is who do y'all think hit the first home run in that game and who won the game, the American League or the National League?
I can't tell you who hit the home run, but I think the American League won.
American League won 4-2. And the very first home run in an All-Star game was by
an American League or National League?
It was by an American League player.
1933.
Tungsten O'Reilly. No, I'm just kidding.
Tungsten O'Reilly. You got it, Ben.
Hang on, I'm digging into my database, my brain. 1933. American League.
I admit my knowledge of baseball history does not go back that far.
Mine does. That's why I'm trying.
You're more of a nerd than me about baseball.
I'm trying to do a filter here. Infield or outfield?
Outfield.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
It's going to be a guy. It's going to be a guy rolling outside, and you're like, damn it, I knew that.
American League.
What team was dominant in the 30s? Just put it that way.
Ted Williams.
Nope.
Okay, I got one more, right?
You get one more guess.
1933. Ted Williams wasn't playing.
We're going to be here all night, man. No, CJ will get it.
This is what me and Tyler do late at night. A lot of times when we're hanging out is just these games right here.
Well, I've got didn't tell you guys about an announcement I'm going to make after this. So.
Okay. CJ, you got 15 seconds.
Center field, left field, right field.
I have no idea. If I was to guess, I'd say left field. And hell, he might have been an infielder for all I know. Seriously.
Ty Cobb.
No. So there goes your two guesses. It was Babe Ruth.
Oh, gosh. We should have guessed that.
Yeah.
I should have got
that.
I
think he played a little bit of first base too, Babe Ruth.
He did.
So.
And he pitched. So.
And he pitched, and he was a left fielder, and he kind of did it. I mean, it's one of those things. But yeah, that's all I got.
I'm liking this.
Thanks, Mac, man. We love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Tyler love those.
I got an idea, and since I'm the boss, I can say it without telling you guys first. So I'm liking this idea of Stump the Host.
Okay.
I think on Twitter, people should send us trivia questions. And if we don't get it right, we'll send them something from the Ranger Report store.
Oh, now here's a caveat.
But all three of us can come use all of our minds together to get the answer, right?
Correct. We can't look anything up.
We can't answer on Twitter either.
No, we have to answer on the show.
It has to be on the show. But Ben's the only one that has to know the question.
Yeah. So tweet it. You can DM it to @the_Ranger Report, and I'll get it.
Yeah. DM it to Ben so that Tyler and I don't see it.
Yep. And then I'll ask the question.
And he'll just.
I'm on
CJ. We got this
on Scouts Honor. I won't cheat. I won't look up the
right in
answer
our
online,
wheelhouse, brother.
So we will. I think you guys stump the host. We'll start it next week, and if you do it, then we will send you merch from the Ranger Report store.
Hey, I like that idea, Ben. I think that's freaking cool.
And if you don't do it, then we just get to keep our stuff and not send it to you. So you can buy something off the Ranger Report store. By the way, I don't mention that enough. We do have a store, so go buy stuff.
Yeah. RangerReport.com/shop.
We got a new product coming out in the next few weeks, CJ, and I think it's time for that on the show. What's the new product going to be?
A hoodie
that says
drop
the
deuces.
That's going to be our new shirt. I'm working on a drop the deuces shirt and hoodie. So anyway, we say that at the end of every show. So CJ came up with the idea. I liked it. So
I like it, CJ.
So hey, if you win, if you can stump us, you can choose that or pretty much anything else on the store, and I will send it to you. So
if you're watching on the YouTube, bring it. Me and Tyler are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
Guys.
We're geared up, man. We're geared up. I got to say one thing before we get off here, just real quick. Promise you it's going to be quick as shit. We got to say it, all three of us. Go Stars and go Mavericks. We got to get a win tonight.
Amen.
Yeah, Stars are playing right now.
They're starting right now.
All right. Go Stars, go Mavs. We're rooting for both the Dallas teams, and for real this time. Drop the deuces.
The deuces. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the Ranger Report podcast. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and at therangerreport.com.